Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to a game review I didn't know I needed to make 3 times. I've been looking for a game like this for a long time. Little did I know it came out in 2013. Little did I know it's based on my favorite things in the whole wide world, and little did I know I don't know anybody who'd be willing to take the challenge. Anybody capable? I'm going to read the back blurb of this and let you guys give me a bunch of grief in the comment section, especially because I'm going to butcher parts of it. Our world is but one of untold many, a flux of chance caught in the struggle between form and cacophony. Always these forces are at war, shaping the infinite worlds. The immortal self-appointed sovereigns of battle move between planes of reality with impunity. They are creators, shapers, and destroyers of worlds. In Lords of Gossamer and Shadow, you are caught up in the immense conflict, possess unique and idiosyncratic magic artifacts, command legions drawn from myriad of other worlds, and wield incredible powers that alter the very substance of reality. Whether born into it or discovering it later, your character has an inherited a legacy of unimaginable power, and with it, great danger. Lords of Gossamer and Shadow is an original source book and role-playing game using Eric Wojcik's diceless role-playing system used in Amber Diceless Role-Playing. This is a standalone product with an original setting, though it is compatible with the Amber Diceless Role-Playing game. Right off the bat, people checking out because they heard Diceless and they heard Amber. Let's set the record straight real quick. It is, in fact, a game, just because it doesn't use dice. There's lots of games that don't use dice. But the way this one works is you start your character creation process with 100 points to buy powers, abilities, to buy worlds of your own they belong to you, to buy and create magic items or magical creatures or servants or allies, or invest in your stats in the auction. What you're trying to accomplish is be the number one in the 4 stats, being strength, psyche, warfare, and endurance. If you manage to get the number 1 slot in strength, you are probably the strongest creature in the universe. Not like the Hulk, where you're lifting, or Superman, where you're pushing planets out of the way. Although you could bump it up to be like that if the DM is cool with that, but for the most part, you could lift, a school bus or something. It's a little vague on, the exact point, but you're still the strongest, which means that in a fist fight, hand-to-hand combat, or a grappling situation, if you're number 1, you're probably, unless the GM's got some other monster out there that's also 1 or something like that, you're probably just going to hands down win, provided the opponent doesn't pull some trickery, outmaneuvers you, outflanks you, or uses magic or some other thing. In a ring, and you're number 1, everybody else is going to fail with orders of magnitude being less than you, because you have won the auction for that particular stat, so you are the best. Now, like I said, there's plenty of ways to still defeat a top tier rank on the ladder, as it were, especially if you're not taking on the challenge by yourself. But if you are the number 1, very few things can stand in your way in that particular realm, whether it be strength, warfare, psyche, or endurance. And with the other stats, they all have their areas of influence. If you have number 1 in warfare, you are the greatest strategist of all time. You have spent centuries watching the same battle over and over again, going to different worlds to watch every battle that has ever taken place, just to learn and master every aspect of warfare. If you are number 1 in psyche, you are the grand power of the mind when it comes to sorcery and psychic influence and all that stuff. You've got a big old Professor X brain, and no one can top you. But mind you, you all start out at Paragon level, which is godlike. So even if you don't get a rank, you still are better than the two tiers below that, being normal people and, you know, the apogee of humankind. For example, if you were just at Paragon easy, you would still toss Captain America around like a rag doll. So right off the bat, you're starting off pretty powerful, but the auction determines your place on the ladder and how hard or easy it is for you to win and defeat any challenge that you may come across, built into the rules. And there's also, when you are done buying and paying for the auction and buying your powers and abilities, if you have any points left, they go into a category called good stuff. If you are somehow overdrawn and you spend a couple of points too many, you get bad stuff. And if you are dead even, you've got no stuff. And obviously, good stuff means you are incredibly lucky and fortune smiles on you. And the more you have in that pot, the more fortune smiles on you. Conversely, if you have a bunch of negative points that you owe the bank, bad stuff, you are unlucky as hell, and bad stuff is going to happen and follow you around like a rain cloud, schlep rock kind of thing. And so clearly, if you put points into your good stuff, as in not overspend, then, you know, for the most part, you're going to have some pretty fun times. But that's where the mechanics come into play. But the other part is actual role playing. Like I said, with the conflict, you know, like a battle against a superior foe, if you role play it and you think and you maneuver and you use actual words instead of just rolling your die to see if you succeed or fail, you can talk your way to victory through role playing, which is something I'm seeing less and less the more I play. A crap ton of people I've met over the years think they're great role players, but what they are is great adventure gamers, which is fine. I love me some adventure games. I have played, I run them, but if we're talking, and we're going to call it role playing, then I want to see some role playing from the players, not just my role perception. No. Tell me what you do. Tell me how you do it. Try to be in character as you do it as much as possible. I know it's so very, very hard. And without Shauner here to grumble and grouse in our ears and remind us, I wish Rick would come back and help me try to urge people to do more role playing, because it's frustrating, especially when I'm in games with people who are great role players and people who couldn't role play their way out of a paper bag. I want to see more of it. I want to be part of more of it. I want to experience more of it. I want to be more in character, because as much as I complain, I know I have my moments where I'm sucking at it. Like the video I did last week of levels of role playing. Sometimes you're just not feeling it. You're not on the mark that you need to be in character to role play. Sometimes you just want to kill shit and take their stuff. I get it. Also, guilty as charged, and you know, the more we can kind of urge and encourage each other to do more of the role playing and less of the dice rolling, I think the more we'll enjoy this hobby. Because I hate to say it, it's the best role playing I'm seeing right now is from the newest of players, who actually understand better than the old guys, because we've been caught up in so many bad habits. When I watch my son's group, I could hear them playing and talking in character more than the average game I've seen lately, and something's missing. Maybe it's just decades of bad habits, or like me, people have become spoiled and lazy when it comes to being in character, or maybe they're just, you know, having a bad couple of game sessions in a row, or maybe a bad day. But hopefully this will be my ticket. Hopefully some other folks' ticket to better role-playing, more role-playing, and more high fantasy in strange, new, crazy, multi-genre world situations of cosmic power and infinite glory. But that's what I've got for you guys this morning. A little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but you should have seen the first 2 takes at this. I never have to record a video but once, except today. Maybe that's trying to tell me something that maybe this is it, man. I want to get this right. I really want to play this game, or at least games like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I will see you guys in about 45 minutes for the morning show. Until then, and regardless of whether or not you watch the morning show, second breakfast, have a great day, great week. The weather's beautiful. Love you guys. We'll see you real soon. And as always, happy trails.